In the vast landscape of 1980s rock guitar, flash was everywhere, but true innovation was rare. And then there was Jeff Watson, a player who didn't just keep up with the era's technical arms race, he quietly rewrote the rules.
Still being written one by one.
Jeff Watson.
Close your eyes and imagine a dim stage. The crowd hums with anticipation. Suddenly, notes cascading from a guitar in a way that seems impossible. Not tapping, not shredding, something else entirely. This is a signature of Jeff Watson, the elusive, almost mythical, 8-finger tapping technique. Now, while guitarists like Eddie Van Halen popularized two-handed tapping, Watson expanded it, using all 8 fingers across the fretboard. The result? Cascading piano-like runs that blurred the line between guitar and something otherworldly. Born in 1956, Watson's began in arenas, rather, it began an obsession. Influenced by classical phrasing as much as rock, he approached the guitar less like a blunt instrument and more like a precision tool. And by the late 1970s, he would co-found Night Ranger, a band that would soon become synonymous with melodic hard rock and arena anthems. But Watson was never just the lead guitarist. He was the actual textural architect behind the band's sonic identity. When Night Ranger broke through with hits like Don't Tell Me You Love Me and Sister Christian, the spotlight often gravitated towards vocals and songwriting, as well as they should because they are amazing. But beneath it all, Watson's playing told a different story entirely. His solos weren't just fast, they were structured, emotional, and often unexpected. He blended classical-inspired phrasing with fluid legato lines and his signature multi-finger tapping. And alongside fellow guitarist Brad Gillis, Watson created a dual guitar dynamic that was less about competition and more about contrast. Precision versus fire, calculation versus chaos. Most guitarists use 2 hands. Watson did, but he used them differently. His 8-finger tapping technique allowed him to play independent melodic lines simultaneously. It allowed him to create rapid arpeggios beyond traditional picking limits, and also to mimic keyboard-like phrasing on a guitar. It wasn't just a gimmick, it was his language, one that few could replicate, and even fewer could use musically. Yet despite its brilliance, Jeff never leaned on it as a crutch. He used it sparingly, almost surgically, enhancing songs rather than overwhelming them. And unlike many of his contemporaries, he never chased the spotlight. While players like Yngwie built careers on virtuosic dominance, Watson remained grounded in songcraft. His restraint became his signature. And even in solo work and later collaborations, he maintained a philosophy. Technique serves the music, not the other way around. His influence is one of those rare currents in music that's deep and subtle and often uncredited. Modern tapping techniques, progressive guitar styles, and even experimental players owe something, whether they realize it or not, to Jeff Watson's innovations. Yet he remains, in many ways, a guitarist's guitarist. Revered by musicians, understated in mainstream recognition, and timeless in his execution. as the stage fades and the notes linger. In a world where louder often meant better, Jeff Watson chose precision. Where faster meant flashier, he chose purpose. And in doing so, he created something rare, not just sound, but possibility. To see and read more about his gear, please visit equipboard.com/Jeff Watson. And as always, I thank all of you for watching.